Hello, good afternoon and welcome to Midday News. Coming to you live from the NAP House, Atomic Junction, Medina. I'm Khadija Tukubra Keilani, and in today's headlines, National Health Insurance Scheme to cover mental health care in 2024, says President Akufo-Addo. Also, Eben demands financial support to fight terrorism in Africa, and Barari lithium agreement not in the best interest of Ghana, says the NDC. Details of the stories comes up shortly. With us, remember we are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube at Bena TV. The chairperson of the National Commission for Civic Education, Ms. Kathleen Addy, has appealed to the public and all interested parties to take active part in the upcoming district-level elections. She urged Ghanaians to choose assembly members who genuinely care about regional development.
Ghanaians would be going to the polls on Tuesday, 19th of December 2023 to elect assembly members to represent them in their respective metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies. Speaking to the media prior to the district-level elections, she stressed that choosing candidates who genuinely support local development would lessen the extra pressure on elected lawmakers to handle local issues as part of their legislative responsibilities. Before casting a ballot, she advised voters to evaluate candidates on the basis of their qualifications, experience, and goals for the betterment and growth of the community.
President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has announced plans by the state to absorb mental health treatments under the National Health Insurance Scheme. During a gathering in Accra with doctors and surgeons, Nana Akufo-Addo stated that mental health needs to be a priority for everyone.
The president therefore announced the intention of the nation's health system to absorb the treatment of mental health under the National Health Insurance Scheme to make it easy accessible to people suffering from that predicament. In order to guarantee Ghana meets its goals for universal health coverage, the president urged the nation's professional health organizations to work together in a sound and healthy manner. The president stated that having specialists on staff at every hospital in the nation is essential to reaching the goal of universal coverage.
Away from that, Dr. Mohammed Ibn Chambers, the High Representative of the African Union for Silencing the Gun, has cautioned the states in the sub-region to make significant investment in strong strategies in order to combat terrorism and violent extremism in West Africa and the Sahel regions. He made the call in Accra during a regional peace-building conference.
Speaking to the media following a regional peace-building conference in Accra, Ghana, that was arranged by the West African Network for Peacebuilding as part of a Research and Action for Peace Network project, Dr. Chambers emphasized the necessity of significant funding to combat terrorism. According to him, many of the policies and strategies used by nations to maintain peace and stability are antiquated and unable to effectively handle modern threats that the sub-region faces.
And it is evident that the old approach, the old model of peacekeeping is not suited for purpose. It's not fit for purpose. It's not suited to the nature of the threat that we have today, which needs a more robust, a more aggressive approach to tackle the terrorists who are resilient, who use all means at their disposal. And this also means that there should be a more serious consideration, and we hope that this will be the outcome of the meetings of our ministers, that the funding of African peace missions by the AU and the ECOWAS and other African regs and mechanisms will be able to benefit from direct UN assessed contributions to ensure reliable, dependable funding to make them more efficient. We believe that when this funding is available, this can enhance the role of African peace missions to take up some of these intractable challenges such as we face today in the Sahel and the Lake Chad Basin area.
While non-governmental organization Amnesty International has asked Parliament and the government to stop considering the anti-gay bill, according to the organization, the bill will trample upon human rights if passed. In a statement issued on Wednesday, Amnesty International said the Ghanaian Parliament and the government should immediately withdraw the proposed promotion of proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill 2021 from consideration.
The anti-gay bill, officially known as the Promotion of Proper Human Sexual Rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill, is a proposed law that has sparked significant controversies within the country and on the international stage. The bill seeks to criminalize same-sex sexual relationships, including oral sex and anal sex, with penalties ranging from 5 to 10 years in prison. It will also criminalize the advocacy for LGBTQ+ rights, the promotion of same-sex marriage or cohabitation, and the provision of support services to LGBTQ+ individuals. Additionally, the bill proposes the punishment of individuals or organizations that organize or participate in LGBTQ+ events, provide resources to support the LGBTQ+ people, or produce or distribute materials that promote LGBTQ+ rights. According to Amnesty International, the bill gravely contravenes the principles of equality and non-discrimination, the rights to freedom of expression, association, and privacy, and the prohibition of torture enshrined in the 1992 Constitution of Ghana and international human rights treaties ratified by the country. More specifically, it denies LGBTQ+ persons their inviolable human dignity guaranteed to all persons under the Section 15 of the country's constitution. Amnesty International further indicated that the bill encouraged hatred and intolerance and promoted persecution against people based on their real or perceived sexual orientation and gender identity, simply because they do not or cannot conform to dominant social and gender norms. The statement added that, if passed into law, it intends to impose restriction and criminal penalties against a range of people, including the LGBTQ+ people and anyone who expresses support or sympathy towards them. It also places a positive obligation on everyone in Ghana to report any conduct perceived to be an LGBTQ+ nature to the police or to a list of people in the community in the absence of the police. Again, the NGO said the proposed law would impose penalty of up to 5 years imprisonment for being LGBTQI and a penalty of up to 10 years imprisonment for anyone who engages or participates in an activity that promotes, supports empathy for, or a change of public opinion towards an act prohibited under the law. The organization also said that the vague and overbroad provision potentially places anyone in Ghana at risk of being accused under the bill and create an environment of hostility, discrimination, and active stigmatizing of people who are LGBTQ+ or perceived to be such, or anyone linked to them socially, through family, professionally, or otherwise.
And now in some political stories, the National Democratic Congress has supported assertions that the government's lithium mining agreement with Barari DV is not in the best interest of the country. Pressure has been mounting on the government to reconsider the lithium deal following a report that Ghana is being shortchanged.
concerns regarding the potential exploitation of Ghana's resources and insufficient benefits for the country have fueled public debate and demands for transparency and fairness. The $250 million project located in Ewoyan Fantiman municipality in the central region is set to commence production by 2025. The deal includes a 10% royalty and 13% free carried interest in the state, surpassing the existing 5% and 10% respectively for other mining agreements. In a statement signed and issued by the National Commission Officer of the party, Sami Jemfi on Wednesday stressed that, having followed keenly the discussions on the agreement and meticulously scrutinizing the terms of the agreement, the NDC have come to the conclusion that the Ghana-Barari lithium agreement is not in the best interest of Ghana. The party explained that, among other things, the requirement in the mining lease agreement for the establishment of chemical plants to process Ghana's lithium locally was very weak. The statement says there are no specific provisions in the mining lease that emphasize Ghana's control over the lithium mining value chain and the benefits thereof, and called on governments to clarify the status of the company and provide the full facts relative to concessions that have been granted to the company. Meanwhile, a member of Council of State, Sam Okujeto, has joined calls for the government to reconsider its lithium deal with Barari DV. He said the current deal was not the best for the country. Speaking at an IAE roundtable discussion, Sam Okujeto said the government must listen to the masses.
So the Assembly member of Tantana South, Honorable Abdul Jalil Yakubu, in collaboration with the Direct Aid Organization, commissioned a borehole with a hand pump to the Fire Amok Cluster School at Medina on December 8, 2023. The school has been in existence for many years but lacked access to clean water that will help the students stay under hygienic conditions.
The Honorable Assembly Member, Mr. Abdullah Jalil Yakubu, talking to Bina TV, said he promised to provide a school with potable water when he visited the school 3 years ago after he was elected as the Assembly Member of the Tantana South electoral area. He has fulfilled his promise he made to them. He added that he had sworn to serve the people of Medina and he was on the right course. Therefore, the people of the Tantana electoral area should remember to retain him as their Assembly Member when they go out to cast their vote on 19th December 2023. He also said he thought Assembly members' job was to create only gutters, but now realized that letterhead can bring so many development to the community.
Community should expect a lot from me because I've gained experience. Now that I've seen that Assemblyman is not about you going to remove gutter or always go there to say yeah, but it's to serve your community. Use your letterhead. All this that you see is my letterhead. Honorable Jalil, Assemblyman of Tantana South. It can do a lot of it. Think outside the box. Think outside the box. But when you zone namu ku talk show about, ku vote now because Nazama Yayanku, Nazama MPP, Nazama NDC. Those myopic, outmoded politics should go back. This is a new breath of politics.
The project engineer of Direct Aid, Allah Muhammad, couldn't hide his joy to see this project commissioned. He said, Direct Aid has been supporting so many schools that do not have potable water in their schools.
Hey, Allah, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, we thank God. We get water. The water is very important. Water is alive. All the students here today was very, very, very happy. And we thank God. Alhamdulillah, we get a lot of water. And all the students today is very, very happy about the water. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Allah, any school around, inshallah, he can arrange a request and give to Direct Aid office. The Direct Aid office at Medina, give him the request and inshallah he start to work on it because Direct Aid office, he tried to do support for all the school, for all the community because the water is very important. Water is alive. Allah said in the Holy Quran, وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ. So any community, he need water because the water is very important. Just tell him to do request and give to Direct Aid office at Medina.
Mr. Usu Amwa, a teacher at Fire Amon Cluster School, was thankful to the Honorable Member, Mr. Abdul Jalil Yakubu, for that significant initiative. This borehole will serve the needs of the school and it will help the children to be hygienic.
We are very grateful because it will serve the water needs of the school. And it also helps the children to be more hygienic because they will be washing their hands anytime there's a need. And then since it's a borehole, would have water anytime. There's nothing like dry season. So moreover, there's a water pump on the borehole that keeps pumping the water up, and then we are always assured of water. So this is a very constant supply of water that we'll always be grateful for.
The people of Tantana South electoral area also expressed their appreciation to the honorable member for the good work being done for the school. She said the water project is very important to the people and it will help the children to keep their hygiene accurately.
Saboda kun gani yaran school ne ba ruwa sai yana da kiyata make yaran nan urin ruwa urin hygiene su da kokarin su ya dai tamake yaran dai sa muna jin dadi mun gode ma Allah.
And finally, in sports, German Bundesliga side Borussia Dortmund have opened talks with FC Nordjylland over the availability of Ghanaian team Ibrahim Usman ahead of the winter transfer window. The talented winger is seen as a replacement for Hannes Wolf, who is expected to leave the club in the winter transfer window.
The red-hot winger has been on the radar of several clubs, with Dortmund monitoring the 18-year-old since the start of the season. However, Mönchengladbach have entered the race and have already contacted Nordland before the window opens in January. According to Gladbach manager Roland Verk, the club is observing the market and does not plan to give up on Menu, even though it is always prepared for anything. Usman has already contributed 9 goals in 28 appearances for the first team of Nordland. His performances have seen the four-room-based club lead their Europe Conference League group ahead of the Fenerbahce and Ludogorets. The young forward joined FC Nordland from Ghanaian side, the Right to Dream Academy.
And this all for you on our midday news. For more stories, log on to our website, bainamultimedia.com. I'm Khadija Tukubra Keilani, and have a good afternoon.